All right, 10 points on each side earns you that $1,500 check. Yeah, that's a good one. And also, the company will pay weekly. So the way that is our business week ends at 5 on Friday. They actually give you till Sunday night at midnight Eastern to get apps in over the internet and still count for Friday, okay? And so anything that happens, then when they run payroll next week, whatever your point count is on Friday, that's the way they pay you. Now, some companies have monthly quotas and some weekly and so forth, and if you don't reach it at the end of the month, you don't get paid, but you also start all over, okay? We don't do that. Let's say you get to the end of the week and you don't have 10 points. In this example, you have 5 on one side and 7 on the other. Well, if it's a minimum of 5, they go ahead and advance you $500 toward that $1,500, okay? Then the points continue to roll the following week, and let's say you reach 10 and 11, they give you the other 1,000. Okay, now that doesn't have to be week to week. Whatever points you have at the end of the week, here's the rule. If it's not yet 10 and 10, they all carry over to the next week. And if it's not yet, they carry to the next week, indefinitely. So we're not going to take any of them away from you. You keep adding them up until you reach a minimum of 10. At that point, that's where you would get paid, and they would flush back to 0. People ask sometimes, what if you have more than 10? Like in this example, have 11 and 10. Next week, do I have 1 and 0? No, you don't. And that's the reason is our company pays those through unlimited depth. Unlimited depth. There's no cutoff. It could be 1,000 levels below you. Someone sells a 3-point package. Those 3 points count for all 1,000 people. So that's incredible. You can give that a hand. So in order for the company to be able to pay that deep like that, they have to have that's what's called a minimum of 10 and 10. If you had 20 and 20, you don't get 2 $1,500 checks. They would run out of money, okay? So $1,500 is the max on a progression bonus, but often is weekly. So you could earn that every single week.
Our first year in the business, we made more money in progression checks alone than I was making full-time as a professional engineer.
Working just on a part-time basis, a little less than 4 months, earned more money than a teacher with 25 years experience made an entire year.
We today have an abundance of time coupled with an abundance of money. We wake up every day living our life, and our business fits in around our life. It truly is the American dream.
Let's take that to the hosting bonus. We talked about on the overview video, if you help Bob and Sue reach a 10 and 10, obviously they earn $1,500 apiece. Obviously that would earn you a $1,500 because remember those points count all the way up, right? Same points here that paid Bob and Sue $1,500, those same points are also paying you $1,500. Once again, because it's through unlimited depth. But here's where the hosting bonus comes in. You hosted Bob and Sue. When they get $1,500, you get $1,000. That's the hosting bonus. Here's what's cool. Hosting bonuses are unlimited. That means if you host more than 2 people, you can earn more than $2,000 that particular week, any particular week. I'll give you a quick example of a typical situation in our business. Let's say you got Bob over here going and he's hitting a 10 and 10. Man, you're earning that $1,000 hosting bonus there every week, okay? Your other side hadn't really got going good yet, okay? So our company allows you to place sales wherever you need them, wherever you want them. So in this example, let's say you made 5 or 6 more sales yourself, okay? You personally sold a few more benefits packages. You would place those over on that leg where you needed more points. See, you're not hitting a 10 and 10 in that example. So over here, now you place all these sales, Ann, Joe, Jill, Pete, and Lisa. You place them over here underneath Sue, well, obviously that's making you your 10 and 10 now, okay? But here's what's cool. Those points count all the way up. Let's say that Lisa down there reaches a 10 and 10. Realize that not only do you earn that $1,000 hosting bonus because you hosted her, but everyone above Lisa, which in this example you hosted them also, they all have more than 20 points down their left leg. See, because you put the cell down there doesn't matter. The points count all the way up. So they get to count those points. Well, that would probably make Pete, Jill, Joe, and Ann all go to work and start putting in some sales themselves so they could hit a 10 and 10, right? So when they do that, now let's just add up this example. We've got Ann, Joe, Jill, Pete, Lisa, that's 5, and Bob is 6. That's 6 people in this example you've hosted that all got a check. So what's your hosting bonus for that week? $6,000. Isn't that pretty cool? Okay. Now, understand that's because you hosted in this example 7 people and 6 of them got a check. Obviously, if one of them got a check, that'd be 1,000. If all 7 of them got a check, it'd be 7,000. This is that you earn what you're worth part of the deal. Now, I want to differentiate us real quick from many of you have heard the term binary. A binary is pretty exciting. There's some exciting things about a binary, some things you love. There's also some things you hate about a binary. There are stories about people just being one-legged and never making any money, or hosting somebody that took off and passed them and they just didn't make any money. What we did is we left all the good things in there, but we took the bad ones out. I'll give you an example. Let's say this was your organization, and let's say that for whatever reason, now obviously you're making your $1,500 check every week here. In this example, you're getting some hosting bonuses. But let's say for whatever reason your left leg here, Bob, let's say that died. I mean, it just went away. You know, Bob may be one of those guys that's in a new deal every other month, okay? And Bob goes and gets in it and he brings all of his people with him. Well, all of a sudden you've got a lot of points on your one leg, but nothing on your other leg, okay? A binary program would pay you 0. Does that make sense? Because you just got one leg going. Our program, you would still be earning hosting bonuses. You got 5 people there hitting a weekly check, so you'd be earning $5,000 in this example weekly. So how many of you think $5,000 a week is better than 0? Let me hear from you. So my question to you is, how many people do you want to host? All of them, okay? Understand that's the unlimited side of our business, and that's also where, you know, some people look at it and say, is this like a pyramid thing, or the guys that got in early are the ones at the top make all the money? No, there couldn't be nothing farther from the truth, because let's say that you got involved and I hosted you, and you're making a check every week. Okay, and I'd be making $1,000 a week by doing that, okay? But what if you hosted 10 people and they were getting a check a week? You would be earning, what, $10,000 a week just in hosting bonus, wouldn't you? Now, that wouldn't increase my income, but should it? Because you did 10 times more work, shouldn't you make 10 times more money, yes or no? Good deal. So I like that. You get paid what you're worth in our business.
We get hosting checks, we get the progression checks. One week we had 8 hosting checks in just 1 week. Wow.
After only 7 months with Team National, we were able to take a dream vacation to Maui, Hawaii. And we came home and there were 7 hosting bonuses in the mailbox. We love Team National.
Yes.
Folks, I've had weeks that I've made $4,000 in hosting bonuses. 4 of my friends got a check, so it paid me $4,000. What a concept.
Now let me show you something else that's real exciting. It's not just you by yourself. We host people in only 2 legs. We only build 2 legs to our business, like a binary. That's one of the exciting parts of it that we left in. That forces you to build in depth. So therefore, you're kind of working together as a team. In this example, you got more than 10 points on your left leg. And by the way, you can subscribe to our genealogy reporting system. Get the information on that, because you can see your organization every day. It's updated a couple times a day, 7 days a week, and see what just went in, what happened in the last 30 days, how many people you've hosted, how many they've hosted, your entire organization. You can see all of that stuff. You can also see your point counts. If you pulled that up and it was Friday and you had a 10 on your left and 8 on your right, like this example, and you had a 3-point sale you had just made, what you would want to do is put that on the right to change that 8 to an 11, wouldn't you? Okay? Well, here's what you'd do. You'd put it on the bottom, under Jill. Okay? And the reason you would do that is because those 3 points would not only change your 8 to an 11 to make you 1,500, but they would also count upline for Jill, Joe, and Sue, as well as yourself. Now, not only in this example does Pete, his 3 points count for those people above him, but everything Pete does from now on counts for those people above him. If he goes out and does 10 points a week, from now on, all those people above him's got at least 10 points a week on one leg. Isn't that pretty cool? Okay? So that's how we host in depth and build in depth. Another bonus that we have, we've talked about commissions, we've talked about progression bonuses, and we've talked about hosting bonuses. Another one is presidential bonuses. This is another thing that we improved on the binary system, is overachievers. We know that if you do 10 and 10, you get paid $1,500. We know that in order to pay through unlimited depth, step, if you did 50 and 50, you still just get $1,500 for that particular week, plus all your hosting bonuses, but our company pays another bonus on all of those sales, okay? So if you do more than the other guy, you're gonna earn more than the other guy. Here's an example of how that works. When you get 3 10 and 10 checks, 3 of those $1,500 checks, you're a presidential director. From that point forward, you can't fall back, you can only go forward in this. You will begin earning an additional $10 for all the standard benefits packages sold in your group, that you sell in your group, and 20 for every premium. So at the end of the week, you got your 10 and 10, maybe it's 40 and 40, okay? Maybe there's 80 sales down through there this week. You'll get your $1,500 plus an extra $10 or $20 times those 80 sales, depending on what sales they was, the standard or the premium. Isn't that pretty cool? So if you do more, you get paid more. Now this is what they call a breakaway system. So as you move up here, and the only way you move up is help others be successful. If you help 2 people to go presidential, in other words, 2 people you hosted do that, you're a bronze, okay? And you notice the presidential director bonus just doubled. Went up to 20 for the standard, 40 for the premium. The way this works is now you get the difference. If you're a bronze presidential and you have sales under you that's not under another presidential, then you get the entire 20 and 40 on all those sales. If you have someone under you that you've hosted that's a couldn't do this too early in your business, you want good solid legs, make sure those people are profitable before you do this, but they will reward you at presidential with another pay point. When you get ready to use it, you can place it above one of your 2 existing legs. In this example, you place it above Bob. This is now called your 001 pay point. Your initial one is 000. This is now your 001. It has 1 leg already built the day you start with it, because every point down through there is grandfathered back. So if there's 100 points in that leg, the day you put that in there, the left side of it has 100 points, okay? Now,
so that's a big difference. Now, as of lately, there's an even bigger reason to make your 00 pay point hit weekly. The company is now putting a percentage of their profits into a platinum profit sharing program. That's right, when you go platinum, you can earn money, not just off your team's volume, but the total company volume. Now, the way your share is calculated is actually based on the number of times that 00 pay point of yours hits that 10 and 10 annually. So if you make sure that thing's hitting 52 weeks a year, you'll be glad you did. Now, in addition, you'll receive another bonus pay point, just like that first one. At the bronze level, you'll get another one at the silver level, another one at gold, and yet another at platinum. And don't forget, each of these can still be placed above existing sales teams, and I would always suggest you put them on the weaker side of the 00 to maximize that profit sharing check when you do go platinum. Now remember, each one of these pay points also can earn you that additional $2,500 a week. I'm going to tell you, being able to place these pay points above an existing sales team, absolutely unheard of in the direct sales industry. I think that's one of the unique strategies here that sets Team National apart from all the others. Like I said earlier, absolutely the most lucrative compensation plan in the direct sales industry today.
So in this case, we put it over there. Once again, it already has 10 points on the left of it. We place a new sale on the right of it. As soon as we get 10 points on that leg, we have another 10 and 10, and our 002 pays another $2,500. Now, they do that not once, but every time it happens, as often as weekly. Remember, the same points that are creating the 01 and 02 centers checks are also still counting all the way up for your 00. So let's just say we got Bob, Ann, Sue, and Pete really going. We already know on the overview that building 2 teams, Bob and Sue hitting a progression earns you $3,500. If they're doing that weekly, that's $3,500 a week, a lot of money, okay? But if you get 4 people doing that, and this is down the road a little, that would earn you 5 figures, it would earn you over $10,000. Every time that happened, if it happened every week, that'd be awesome, okay? But let me water that down for you, okay? And keep in mind when I even say this, that's a tremendous amount of money, but that's really just based off of 4. Remember, the hosting bonus is unlimited. So what if you hosted 50 people? See, that hosting bonus could go way up there, couldn't it? See, Donna and I hosted over 100, see? And, they don't all get a check a week, but just 1 a month and everything's still okay. you know. But look at this. I want to water this down for you. Let's say that down the road, let's say year, 2, 3 years down the road, we got 4 good legs and we're working down in those legs. Remember, we can work through unlimited depth and the points count all the way up. I'm going to break this down to the ridiculous. Let's say that we're producing, and remember that when you see Bob, Ann, Sue, and Pete, there could be literally hundreds of IMDs underneath each of those legs, and every sale counts, okay? So if there was just 1 point a week on the average coming through those legs, anywhere, on either side of Bob, either side of Ann, et cetera, just 1 a week, you know that would be more than most people earn in a year. I mean, that's above the average per capita income. That'd be over $40,000 a year. That's not counting 1 hosting bonus or any of the presidential money we talked about or any of the product program money that I'm about to talk about. So isn't that an exciting thing to know that you could change somebody's life by putting an extra 40 grand a year in their pocket with just that much effort? Now, probably more realistic would be 1 premium package sale. Once again, unlimited depth per week. That'd be 3 points. And folks, that'd put you in the 6-figure income bracket. Can you imagine that? If those 4 legs just have 1 premium package a week going in, that puts you over a 6-figure income. Is that exciting? And what we teach is to do our power plays, okay? And we try to teach you to duplicate those instead of chasing points. So, and I try to teach people to really shoot for having 10 power plays a week down each of their legs, okay? Now, realize that's only 10 people doing 1, or 20 people doing 1 every other week, or 40 people doing 1 a month. You see what I mean? If there was just about 10 power plays a week happening down each of those legs, you're going to have a lot more than 10 points. Because 10 power plays will almost always produce more than 10 points in our system. That's only 3 premiums in a standard package. So if there were 10 points down each of those legs, once again, kind of a part-time thing that I think that you could accomplish, that would put you in a phenomenal income, folks. This is not counting, once again, any hosting bonuses, not counting presidential money or product program, over $300,000 a year. Is that exciting, yes or no?